Welcome to this WIOA briefing. My name is Craig Matheson. I'm the Chief Operations Officer with WIOA, and we're really excited to be able to announce that WIOA for the first time will be heading to South Australia for the first ever conference and expo to be held at Murray Bridge Racecourse on the 1st and 2nd of August 2018. Now, for those of you who may have been to another WIOA conference in the eastern states of Australia, we just do want to make sure that you're aware that this event is not the same as traditional WIOA conferences. There's a number of variations that this event will have that distinguish it from the other events. The first one is that fundamentally it is a one-day conference being held over 2 days. Delegates will be attending from 12 o'clock on Wednesday the 1st of August. That afternoon will include a number of technical presentations, a dinner in the evening which is going to be held off-site, and then they will return to the racecourse on Thursday morning to participate in the final technical sessions. The expo will be open for the duration of the period of time when delegates would be in attendance, and we will be promoting the event as a free to the public to come and have a look at the expo itself. So even though it is actually being conducted over the 2 days, it fundamentally is a one-day conference. The other big difference is that it is a much smaller event. We anticipate around 150 delegates and exhibitors in total as a maximum. So compared to traditional other conferences that we have had, it is a lot smaller in scale, especially when lined up against the Bendigo event. It is also smaller in a number of other ways. We've got less exhibition sites. We have less, there is less space in the exhibition sites themselves, and from that, the cost of the expo sites will also be reduced. So there is a lot of differences, but we do just want to make you aware that our expectation is that it will be a lot smaller. One of the other things that we will be doing is only offering expo sites to our members only. So if you're not a current financial member, you do need to ensure that you would sort that out in advance of the expo sites going on sale. There's 33 sites in total, and they will range in prices depending upon their size and also if they are attached to some of the sponsorship components that we are also putting on offer. So one of the big differences is we are having sponsorship opportunities included with the actual expo sites. So if you wanted to be the sponsor of the papers room, you would also be allocated site 20. And all the information regarding the site allocation and the costs is all available in the conference prospectus. We have 10 sponsorship opportunities, and they will go on sale in a similar way that all of our other events do, that we will be putting an application form onto the conference website at a point in time. So these 10 sponsorship opportunities will be available on Tuesday the 24th of April from 1 p.m. and they will be allocated on a first in, first served basis. So we will allocate the sites based on the order in which we receive them. Following that, on the Friday, the 27th of April, we will again go and put up another application form, a different application form for the remaining expo sites to be sold. And we would also include any other of the sponsored sites that had not necessarily been sold at that time. So it's different that there are two different sales dates, one for the sponsorship opportunities, which include a site, and the other one purely for sites only. The sites are smaller than the other WIOA events. So you can see here, for example, site 17 is a 1.5 by 2 metre site. So in Queensland or New South Wales, our sites are 3 metres by 2 metres or 4 by 2, and in Victoria they are 3 by 3. So the sites are a lot smaller. Each site will have a single power point that we will have an electrician install for each site, and the only equipment and items that could be brought in will be items that you'll almost be able to carry in by hand. We won't have a forklift. We will have some trolleys available, although we do think demand will be high for their use. So please give some consideration. The sites are a lot smaller, so we're expecting smaller items to be on display. We will have a single chair in each of the sites, but outside of that, there is no other furnishings that are included in the site. So you do need to give some consideration to your site design and the sort of items that you do need to bring in to put on display. You can see here some of the sites have some shelving, some of them have some televisions, and all of those informations we've tried to reflect in the prospectus. So we're looking from down on the bottom of the floor plan from Site 3, and it gives you an idea of the sort of location that we're heading. This is the facility. Up past the lady in green there is an exit to the right-hand side, which leads us through to the actual papers room, and around to her left is, under the clock on the wall, you can see an opening which leads into the other half of the pavilion where sites 21 and above are situated. So the entry is on the right-hand side. Attendees will come through there, register at the Rego desk, and then make their way through the exhibition spaces. From the other end of the room, this is what it looks like. So we're now looking from site 24 all the way back through the racecourse facility. You can see the lady in green there. On the other side, through that opening to the left, is where that papers room is on the other side of the bar. We have a range of casual seating that is also going to be put into place where the seats are there indicated. And the other big thing is that sites that are like in these islands that are in the middle of the rooms, so the sites between 29 and 30, 31 and 32, there will be a curtain partition between the back of the sites just to distinguish those areas. So here we've got some examples of some of the sites. This is site 3 in the corner. It's an L-shaped site. It has a television, but it also has the shelving that would need to be used because we can't remove any of those items. So some of the sites do have some things where you can use as part of the display, but that also prevents you from putting up a full backing if that's what you wanted to do. So we do try to work with you and make the best of that. Here's another example, site 6. It has probably a foot wide shelf, and also it has some power directly to the wall. And again, they vary depending upon where the sites are. The ones that have got key shelving or televisions are indicated in the prospectus. So please have a good look at that. And the prospectus will be available prior to the actual application forms. So you'll be able to get all the information hopefully you need and or ask any inquiries in advance. We're providing unique opportunity to get to the to talk with the operational employees in the South Australian water industry. And we've been working with our South Australian Advisory Committee, and we thank them for their work, but because they represent the water businesses, and the majority, if not all of the water businesses in South Australia are on site and supportive of this event where we aim to share information and connect people in operational roles. The technical presentations, there will be 10 of them. The abstracts are now being accepted for the presentations for the technical program. We will allocate at least one of the technical presentations to our corporate members. So if you do have a new product, a new initiative, something that the world needs to know about, please consider putting in an abstract. It needs to be aimed at the operational employees and something that they would really find of interest. So it's not a sales pitch. It needs to be something that is going to be basically in their interest to learn about. The applications for the program for the technical abstracts closes on the 11th of May. So please give that some thought as well as another way that you can get engaged into the program. Yeah, with the dates, so it's around that Anzac Day, the Tuesday before, the Friday after. If you have any inquiries, please contact me, email craig@wioa.org.au or give me a ring. We're happy to discuss the opportunities as they are presented. It's the first time where we've gone to a new event and we are opening up all of the opportunities to all of our corporate members. So it's exciting times for WIOA and exciting times for WIOA in particular in South Australia. We hope you can get to this event. If not, we'll look forward to seeing you at another WIOA event shortly.